Our dear viewers, it's a beautiful Sunday evening and we're glad to be with you this evening. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for always being there. We know that you're there. Even when we can't see you, we know that we are there. You're there and we are excited this evening once again to host you on Occupy today on Hope TV Kenya. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We want to welcome every last one of you to feel at Jesus' feet even as we do this program today. We will be talking amazing things with these ladies that have joined me tonight, and we just want to welcome you and to tell you that you chose right. Why? Because we are inspiring business people in Kenya and beyond Kenya, even beyond the borders. We are inspiring the business community, not only those that are running businesses, but also those that intend to begin businesses sooner than later. Why? Because God has given us an opportunity to serve his people, even as we do our businesses. I don't know how many of you would want to begin businesses and would want to do business in the right way. Kingdom businesses, businesses that will thrive, businesses that will please God and glorify his name as you do them. And this is why we are here tonight on Occupy Today, a show that brings you amazing, amazing stories, amazing experiences, as well as inspiration by Christians that are doing great things in Kenya and even beyond Kenya. I mean, not too long ago, we had a guest that was from Uganda and other places of the world. And so we are happy, our dear viewers, to have you tonight. So most welcome, sit back. If you can grab a cup of water, a glass of water, sip it as you sit back and enjoy the show with us. So my name is Sarah Kajuju. I am a growth coach, and I am delighted to have you guys this evening. So most welcome. As I introduce my guests, or as I have them introduce themselves, I hope that you can grab a glass of water and join us. So ladies, I'm glad to have you tonight. Maureen, thank you for joining us. That yellow is beautiful.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yes, and Mercy, the smile, I tell you. Happy ladies. Karibuni sana to this show, Occupy Today. I'm sure that you're shining in the marketplace, and this is why you're here tonight, as I give you an opportunity to introduce yourself and tell us where you've been. What are you doing with yourself? What business are you running? We can start with Maureen, who's right next to me. You know, we're used to Maureen's, eh? So forgive me when I call you Maureen, but it's Maureen. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much, Sarah, and thank you all our viewers. Thank you for inviting me and giving me this great chance that I may be able to share my experience and inspire someone out there. My name is Maureen Ogao. Maureen is a counselor and a mentor, specifically for children who are aged 6 to 18.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm the founder of the Golden Parcel Center. This is a center specifically guiding and mentoring children.
Wow.
Yes.
By the way, Maureen, did I ever tell you that your voice is spectacular? It's a counselor's voice.
Oh, thank you.
It's a voice that you want to quieten your spirit and just sit back and relax and wait and hear. You know,
Thank you.
You have an amazing voice.
I believe an asset that God has given me.
Indeed, you can say that again. Imagine
Yes.
He gives us amazing assets to serve in his vineyard.
Great.
Only if we know that we got gifts that he has bestowed on us, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah, so
Wonderful.
Karibu sana, thank you. We are hoping to hear more of that voice. So my dear viewers, listen to this amazing voice by Maureen, and you will be blessed. Thank you very much, Maureen.
You're welcome.
Karibu sana, Mercy Munene, a happy girl. Please introduce yourself. Tell us what you're doing. I see you in the garden touching green things, and I don't know. I mean, yeah, we want to hear more of what you're doing, Mercy.
Do you know how healthy it is to touch soil?
I know!
Touch.
You have green fingers, I know, right?
Yes, I think it has some nice hormones. Is it some chemicals that actually transfer to your body when you touch soil, when you interact with nature?
Hey, Mercy, now,
It's true.
Is that from psychology or where?
They have done research and they have concluded, and that's why when people get stressed,
Yes.
they are told, go interact with nature, go to the
Yeah.
forest, go walk, take a walk.
Yeah.
And there's something magical that happens
Wow.
when we interact with nature.
Whoa, I hope I'll be hearing more of this as we go on. Please introduce yourself, Mercy.
Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Mercy Munene. I'm the CEO and founder of Shamba Connect. At Shamba Connect, we look at we install gardens in homes and institutions. We want to see a city and a nation where everyone can be able to feed themselves, utilize the resources that are within us, and create gardens. Yeah.
And you say it with a smile. And we are
Yes.
talking gardens, and you're full of a beautiful, nice smile, Mercy. Lovely. Karibu sana. I'm sure you'll be telling us much more about Shamba Connective and as we go on. And ladies, I'm delighted to have you in the studio today to speak about globalization and its impact on small businesses and startups. And I'm sure you're plugged in. You have been looking forward to this session with me. Why? Because our dear viewers may have questions, may have comments, and I'm sure there is so much to learn from you guys, even as we think through that topic. So I'm just wondering, globalization, it's such a big word. My goodness, it's a mouthful. What is all this, Maureen? Do you know? And what has it to do with your business in counseling? I'm trying to find the link. I just can't. But anyway, we can begin at the level where we are describing globalization. Because if I'm to think about globalization, I see interaction between people. I see goods and services moving from one part of the world to another. I see money moving from one part of the world to another. And I see a lot of communication and things happening between one country and another in the world. Would you, in a simple way, tell our audience what you understand by globalization?
Thank you, Sarah, once again. I will look at globalization from the word globe. Globe is the whole world. And the whole world has people.
Yes.
And the people use goods, they utilize services, they use information, they exchange ideas. And so globalization has to do with culture interactions, has to do with exchange of ideas, has to do with technology opening up spaces. So globalization is basically part of us.
Yes.
And what does it have to do with children counseling and mentorship?
I know.
Children are everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And the needs that a child has in Kenya are more or less the same needs that a child in US, in UK, in Sierra Leone has. And so we cannot separate globalization from what I do because children are everywhere. Every child in the whole world requires and needs to be understood,
I hear you.
needs skills to make them to thrive in school and in life. And that is exactly how we connect.
I'm loving the way you've just simplified it. By the way, I was trying to find the link, and I'm wondering now, this thing and children counseling, how do we even bring it in? But thank you. Thank you for bringing it, breaking it down for us, Maureen. Karibu sana, and I know we will be hearing more about how it's impacting you and how it's impacting your big or small business. How about
Right.
Mercy? Tell us, what do you understand by this and how does it relate to the greenery around you and the installation of a garden in my homestead, a garden in a school where I teach, and so on and so forth?
If you think about it,
Yeah.
what we do is food security.
Yes.
So food is important anywhere. It's not just in your home.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
So everyone in the world right now,
Yeah.
we are all concerned about where is our food coming from. There has been millions and lots of research around the safety of our food.
Yeah.
So initially, we thought that doing business in agriculture was just for, for subsistence, and like our parents did, just for food.
Yeah.
But now you're seeing more and more people turning to do agriculture for the safety of their food. There's so much that has happened that has corrupted our food systems that we need to get to a place where we can be able to take control of what actually we are consuming. And this is not just a Kenya problem, it is a global problem. Yes. You find that, interestingly, research has shown that some inputs that we use in the other countries have been banned, and then they're sent to Kenya.
Oh, no.
So you find now that affects us.
Yes. of
Whatever
course.
happens in the UK or
Yes.
the US
Is
affects all of
affecting
us.
as well.
Yes.
But then, Mercy, and maybe I'm asking both of you, enough times when I travel out there, I have tasted, for example, the apple. It's not as rich as the apple we eat here. In fact, it feels like you're chewing some paper. It doesn't feel like what you eat an apple here and you feel. Talk of something like peach. The other day, I tasted a peach in Dubai and it was humongous. It was so big, but it was so tasteless at the same time, you know. So how is it then that now it's those things are coming here and I'm not seeing their impact? I don't know.
If you think about it,
Yes.
our natural food systems were doing well.
Yes.
We used to eat natural foods.
Yeah.
But now, because of globalization, we are now getting affected by the lifestyles of other people. So you
Yeah.
find that even the kind of plants that we used to grow,
Yeah.
if you look at managu, for example, we used to have the small
The
bitter
small
managu.
bitter
Yes.
managus, come to think of it.
But now what we are planting in our
it's a
shambas
big leaf.
is the
It's called,
yes.
it's called African shade.
Exactly.
If I'm not wrong, right? Yeah.
Now we have this sweeter version,
Yeah.
the larger version,
Yes.
and it's because a lot has gone into this, research and a lot of interaction that has led to the production of a new kind of a seed.
Variety
Yes.
of managus.
So there is that. You're very likely
So
to
that is
experience.
globalization
Yes,
at your level.
at my level.
Okay, I see. And it's getting very interesting, my dear viewers. And I hope you're really plugged in because it's getting hotter, it's getting deeper. Some of you who are in the agricultural value chain, like Mercy here, I'm sure there is something to take home today. And I'm sure you want to see how you can take advantage of globalization for your business. Someone in child psychology or child counseling or in the area of children and you're working with children, you want to take some insight from Maureen here. So sit back, don't touch that dial, interact with my guest tonight. There's a lot to learn. Just in case you would want to send an SMS, send it to 22233. I hope I got it right. And if I haven't, I'm sure during break I will be able to get it right. But then it's on Hope TV Kenya. Hope TV Kenya, come send in your comments, send in your questions. I'm sure my guest tonight will be able to answer your questions. So keep it right there. So Maureen,
Yes.
globalization in your space, does it have more of negative or positive impact? And could you just bring out a few of the things that it has made you do as a counselor, a child psychologist, and someone who works with children?
Thank you once again. I would say globalization has both positive
Yes.
and negative effects.
Yes.
But the way I approach life is every negative thing, there is a lesson to learn.
Yeah.
And so I would rather start with the positive. I will just highlight one.
You're such an optimist.
Oh, yes, you have to live in the positive side of life.
I know, Maureen.
Yes.
Yes, I hear you.
All right, so globalization gives access to the world.
Yes.
And so even in counseling,
Yes.
you literally have the world accessible to you at your
You
fingertips.
can say that again.
Yes. Like now, I'm not limited to an office. That would limit me to a small space.
Space, yeah.
But because of globalization,
Yeah.
technology has opened up the space really well.
Yes.
Some of my clients are out there in the world,
Yeah.
from all over the world. And so that is a positive side
I hear you.
of globalization has opened up. I have access to clients from all over.
Yeah.
And even as I interact with them, there is that cultural exchange. There is exchange of ideas.
Yeah.
They are children, yes, but they teach me a lot.
I know.
And so I learn a lot. I get access to places that I wouldn't have gotten if globalization was not an issue.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. You know, as you speak, I am actually thinking about COVID,
Yes.
the season of COVID and how the world just opened up.
Right.
You know, I mean, the way we were used to, for example, for me in coaching, my clients were physical. Most of them, I would meet them physically. But when COVID came, well, I was having a little traction even before COVID. But I think COVID just opened a big world in front of me.
Right.
So that then I'm coaching some in Europe, I'm coaching others in America, Asia, and all over the world.
Right.
And indeed, like as you speak, I'm hearing you say that now you can do this for people all over the world.
Right.
Wow, and it's amazing. But besides technology, and maybe this is something you could think about,
Yes.
is there something else in any other sphere that has happened that you could say, courtesy of globalization, my business or whatever you do every day has opened up to the rest of the world? You get?
Yes.
Yes, yes. And we'll come back to you in a few. Just let's go to Marcy. And maybe that is just one that you have mentioned of a
Yes.
positive. There's so
Yes.
much more to unpack, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Can we
Much more.
maybe let's pick up that so that I don't lose your line of thought
Yes.
in terms of the other positives that you enjoy as a result of globalization.
Okay. The other one that I mentioned is cultural exchange.
Yeah,
As I interact with children from all over the world,
yeah,
I have to get into their cultural space
yes,
and interact from that point.
yeah,
And so I'm getting to learn their culture, they're also getting to learn the way I've been cultured.
yes,
That is a good thing because then the culture is enriched.
yeah,
They get to learn how we live. I get to learn how they live from their environment.
yes.
So there is a cultural exchange
Yeah.
which makes both cultures very rich.
Aha, wow.
Yes.
Wow, cultural exchange. Okay.
Yes.
What more? Are there more advantages or are there disadvantages? Are there things that you see, were it not for globalization, I'd not be suffering this headache? I don't know.
Okay, of course, there are the negatives as well.
Yes.
For example, stiff competition comes in.
Oh.
Because as the market opens up,
Yeah.
then the other players from the other parts of the world also are there.
Definitely.
And so, as much as that is a challenge,
Yeah.
it has also brought in something beautiful, I
Yeah.
must say.
Yeah.
Because now it has given birth to innovation.
Ah,
Yes.
of course.
So
yes.
as I learn from other people how they do counseling and mentorship from other countries,
Yes.
I have to innovate. I have to give my services in a unique way so that I remain relevant in the market.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. And as you speak, of course, what is going through my mind is how our cultures are eroded as a result of globalization.
Right.
And I think that affects your sphere so much because these are the issues you're dealing with.
Very much.
So, for example, for children from a certain niche, you will find they're having problems, not because they are localized problems, but because of what they see on telly, what they watch
very
on media.
Yes.
And so their culture is getting eroded because they are seeing it there. And I
Right.
don't know how this affects your business as well.
Actually, that is also a big challenge. The children are really exposed.
Yeah.
As I said, technology has opened up. So the children are really informed. They get to know what happens in other countries. And as they see how children operate out there,
Yeah.
they copy. And sometimes they copy and paste. And you know, copy pasting doesn't work
Of
all
course
the time.
it doesn't, no.
And so you find that children have deviated from a way that is okay within their locality. And some of those issues are what we are now dealing with. To have them to unlearn what they have learned through technology and then learn new skills and new ways of approaching life.
Wow.
Yes,
And this is all courtesy of globalization.
yes.
I tell you, there's a lot to unpack. I am sure, my dear viewers, you're just thrilled at how this big animal called globalization can affect your business and how you can even take advantage of it to ensure that your business is doing better because it's not all negative.
Right.
There's so much positive around it, and probably you just need to listen to these dear ladies, learn one or two things and see how you can explore to ensure that globalization works for you, because the world has become a global village.
Yes.
Mercy.
Right.
Yeah.
It is a global village. Today, I was talking to somebody in Dubai and they were showing me some machines in a shopping. He was shopping for some equipment that we need in the restaurant. I run a restaurant. And as they are shopping for these things, he's showing me the things and taking clips of what he's doing. And I said, oh, the world has changed.
Right.
Actually, what he showed me is an item that I probably wouldn't mention on camera, lest I preempt so much. But it's something I went like, what? We're gonna cease to do things in this way and move on to doing them in such a way. And it's amazing how things are changing and lives are changing as a result of globalization.
Yes.
But for you, Mercy, the Shamba Connect, what are the pros and cons of globalization on your sphere in that space? Have you experienced any, and how have you been impacted as a business?
Usitoke hapa.
I think I will preempt what we just said about the new technology. It must have been about printing meat.
Yeah, printing meat.
Yes.
Whoa.
I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
So you can imagine, now we are getting to see what is happening in those countries right here. And we're starting to think, do we actually need livestock? These are the things that
Wait,
actually
Mercy, what are you talking about?
printing meat.
Do you know these things? What are you talking about?
I'm hearing them from
There's such a thing. I saw that.
Yes.
So they have a machine that actually prints meat. Instead of going to a slaughterhouse and actually slaughtering a real cow,
We are producing.
we are producing meat from a printer.
Ah, wait, Mercy.
Apparently it tastes as good as normal meat.
So is
really.
it paper
Yes.
or what is it done with or
Is it
chemicals?
plastic
Real
or
cells.
something?
Real cell?
Yes, like real meat. So
Okay.
when you talk about globalization, I tell you, we have a lot. Hey,
I don't think I
lot
want
of
to
things.
go on with this show, Mercy. You're leaving
But-
me. Want you
Shocked,
to
yeah?
evict you now.
and especially now that we have a restaurant.
Printing meat? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of things are happening also in the agriculture space. I'm in different courses. I'm doing courses with different people in different countries.
Yes.
And their approach to things is quite different from what we are used to in Kenya. Most of it, especially if you look at how we do farming in Kenya,
Yeah.
most of the people who do farming are, our parents.
Yes.
When you don't have anything else to do,
I know.
you go for farming.
Like when my mother retired.
Yeah,
that's what she
that is
went.
But now we are trying to change it from being something of subsistence
Yes.
to being something that you can actually commercialize it.
Aha.
And that means you need to have access to markets.
Yes.
You need to have access to capital. And now that is what globalization has led to.
Yeah.
We are now getting to see, wow, we can actually do this at a commercial level.
Yes.
And so for it, when it comes to gardening, kitchen gardens, farming generally, you find that the larger you go, the better it becomes. So you find that we have new technologies, we have innovations. Think about hydroponics,
Yeah.
aquaponics,
Uh-huh.
such systems, whereby we didn't know that we could actually utilize the water that is in the fish pond to water our plants, and then the water goes back to the fish
Oh.
with nutrients.
Yes.
And you can actually have many systems like that. Yes.
Recycle. Uh-huh.
And eventually, you start seeing the benefits because now we are doing circular economy.
Yeah.
You find that we have less waste to take outside there, looking at the climate change
Yes.
and all these challenges that are coming because of climate.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of the positives, we have quite a number of positives.
I know.
Technology transfer, we have information sharing, we have access to markets, we have access to raw materials. Someone was telling me the other day that our normal avocado here goes for around 1,500 shillings.
You can say that again.
In Canada.
Europe. Yes.
Yeah, in those
Yes.
countries.
Really?
Yes.
So you find that,
That's why many farmers are going into avocado farming.
yes, yes.
I have.
So if we didn't have that information, you see now we just be doing something for subsistence.
Yes.
You sell at a throwaway price because there's no market. There's nowhere to take your many avocados because, I mean, how many farmers can you get doing avocado?
Yeah.
But now if we have access to that market out there,
Yeah.
you know that they don't have the ability to grow such fruits.
Whoa.
And so they see that as such a precious thing. So I think if you look at it from that angle, we have a lot of positives.
Wow. More than
Yeah.
the negatives,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And I think I want to suggest that we take a break right here.
Ah, okay.
And we will be back. Dear viewers, we'll be back in a minute or so. So don't touch that dial. Just keep it right here. Occupy today on Hope TV Kenya. Thank you.
Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content, of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
First Thessalonians chapter number 5, verse 17. Pray without ceasing, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you.
On Watch and Pray, we pray for you and with you regarding your prayer requests, our nation, and the whole world.
There's this one who is saying there's a marriage separation in marriage, but let's pray for the babies and then restore also. Father God Almighty.
Join Mama Eda Adoyo on Watch and Pray every Monday from 7:30 p.m. live on Hope TV, where you look and live.
Join John Carson every weekday as he takes us on a journey through the Bible.
Whoever shall seek to save his life, if you go back to living for yourself, you're going to lose it. But whoever shall lose his life, give up his life for my sake, he shall preserve it.
Enjoy interesting, knowledge-packed, yet simple teachings through his humor and in-depth understanding of God's Word.
The last people that tried to put God in a box, literally, he rose again. He wouldn't stay in their compartment. If God was small enough for me to figure out, he wouldn't be big enough for me to worship.
Tune in to Hope TV for John Carson every 10 p.m., 4 a.m., and 10 a.m. weekdays on Hope TV, where you look and live.
Yeah, thank you very much, our dear viewers, for keeping it right there. We really are glad that you joined us tonight. Please send in your questions, send in your comments on Hope TV Kenya, and we'll be glad to address them as I have amazing, amazing ladies in studio tonight. So we're talking about globalization and its impact on small businesses, and we definitely have so many small businesses in Kenya that can take advantage and see what they can do with globalization. And just like Maureen has noted a few seconds ago or a few minutes ago, we may not be able to reverse globalization. I mean, we're moving forward. The world is becoming a global village every other day. And it's becoming flatter. Somebody wrote a book and said the world is flat. It's becoming flatter by every other day. I think it's Malcolm Gladwell who says the world is flat. And for sure, if it is getting flatter every other day, communication has become easier, interaction between people, movement of goods and services from one end to the other, and so much more is becoming, easier every day. And so we have to take advantage of the systems being the way they are. So my question right now would be for you, Maureen. Maureen, oh my goodness, I keep saying Maureen, but yes, it's Maureen.
Yes.
What are the opportunities that you see in your space? The counseling space, the children's space. Are there any opportunities that are unseized or some that you think a Kenyan business person with a business such as yours or with a business that you're thinking about in terms of children, psychology and the rest would actually take advantage of?
Yes, opportunities unveil every day, Sarah.
Yes, yeah.
As children are born every day.
Definitely.
And every child, when they are born, actually at conception,
yes,
the needs are there. Their medical needs are there. When they are born, the needs are there for diapers, for clothing. So children are being born all over the world every day. So the opportunities are there greatly.
Yes.
From my experience interacting with various people who deal with children, counseling, mentorship, coaching,
Yes.
that market has not been fully utilized.
Definitely
Because you can imagine the number of children in Kenya alone,
Yeah.
and now add the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Yes, and what that space requires is unique positioning in a way that you render a service to the child that is relevant and impactful.
You can see
And when you do that, actually you have solved many problems. And that is why we start from age 6.
Yes.
When a child begins to know what is right, what is wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And then we shape them with the values.
Yeah.
And so, in a way, this mentoring and coaching children, counseling them, has a lifetime impact, actually, because these are the children who will get to 18, they become adults who have been shaped, who have been equipped with tools to go through life in a thriving way.
can say
So the opportunities are there, great opportunities.
Yeah.
You see, even 6 to 18 is a very large kind of niche.
That's true. It's a big,
Yes.
big.
So even if you were to deal with 6 to 9 alone,
Yeah.
you see, the market is really broad.
It is.
So the opportunities are there.
Yeah.
You only need to position yourself, offer unique, impactful service, and then you will have it.
You know, Molina, as you talk, I am thinking there's a program I've been in that has been teaching me that I may not offer a full solution to the youth that I work with.
Right.
I may not be their teacher, their medic, their sponsor in school, their this and the other.
Right.
But at least there's something I can do in
Right.
terms of giving a particular solution, but also partner with other people in one way or the other, so that
Right.
once I'm done with my bit, I hand them over to you, and you hand them over to the other person, and we offer solutions where we are gifted
Yes.
and where God has availed the resources for us to be able to do.
Exactly,
So as you
Sarah.
talk, I am actually thinking in the space of children, in the space of psychology, not to mention, you know, things like IT or technology.
Yes.
Travel in itself. I know there's a lot of thing around travel.
Yes.
Of course, technology is an enabler. But when you talk about travel, when you talk about interaction between people of one culture and the other,
Yes.
in fora that would offer them an opportunity to discuss this and the other,
Yes.
there's so much you can learn from these
A
people.
lot.
Yeah. And even programs in colleges and high
Yes.
schools and especially like that, campuses
Yes.
that, of course, in detail whose, you know, whatever they do go around children or psychology.
Yes. Even
So
churches.
even churches. you
Even
can say that,
government.
even government. I mean,
Children
yes.
are everywhere, I can
Yeah,
tell you.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and when I see people going benchmarking, our politicians going benchmarking, I can only imagine someone in children's department,
Yes.
how much they can learn from another jurisdiction.
A lot.
You know,
A
isn't
lot.
it a lot?
Very.
Yeah, so indeed I see the opportunities and they are there. We only need to open our eyes and see these opportunities.
Right, and position ourselves.
And position ourselves,
Right.
indeed. Mercy, are there opportunities in your sphere?
And when you talk about opportunities, I think the greatest thing I see in terms of opportunities is like if you look at our country and if you look at the current climatic conditions, we are currently facing a lot of climate challenges. That you find that we have erratic climatic conditions. You find that you almost cannot even predict the weather anymore. So you just sit and actually wait.
I know.
But how are countries like Israel able to utilize their very dry place
I know.
to be a really great producer of many fruits?
Yeah.
Can we learn from them?
There is a
And
lot to
so,
learn.
yes, there's so much learning that we need to import from countries like Israel, from countries like Ethiopia. You know, like they're in the same kind of conditions and they're somehow doing better.
Very much better.
So we have an opportunity to learn from such. I also see an opportunity for collaboration. If you look at how we used to do business in the past, you come to your farm harvest the avocados, for example, and then you transport them, the cost of transport would be quite high. But now if you have many farmers coming together, doing this thing together and actually, transporting all these things together, it would make it much easier.
Right.
And if you talk about, let me talk about now what I do in terms of rabbit farming.
By the way, what you described is aggregation. Is that what we call
Aggregation,
it?
yes. Like in rabbit farming,
Yes.
you find that we have many farmers doing little pieces of rabbits.
Yes.
So you find that when you want to do something major together, we can't because, everyone is everywhere.
Yes.
But we have an opportunity to collaborate. We are now beyond the era of
Competition.
Yeah,
I
we are now at that point where we can actually gain more by collaborating.
When we're together.
We have much more markets to be explored in Kenya and outside of Kenya.
Yeah.
If you think about opportunities, there are so many available to us. It's possible for us to travel from here, go to those other countries like Israel, go learn what it is that they're doing there. And we can actually import those technologies to our counties like Samburu, like, Mandera and such other places. Yes.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Wow, wow, wow. Massive, massive knowledge right here. And I don't know whether our dear viewers, you're there and thinking that you have been, used to doing business just the way you've been used to. And you forget that there is so much to learn from how other people are doing it. Right from here to even other countries and other places. And I'm sure these are things that you can look at in documentaries and figure out where to begin or how to begin it. And so we are talking globalization tonight and its impact on small businesses. And I'm sure some of you have businesses that you're not seeing where next, what next. And probably you're encountering challenges that you would want the help of somebody that would be able to open up your eyes. And this is the show to be in tonight. Please send in your questions, send in your comments. We are here and we'll be willing to answer them and to speak to you even as we move on. And as I ask my next question, so when your businesses have grown and you're serving people in those other jurisdictions, or you're employing technology or ways of doing things from other places, are there challenges that come as a result of that that would make you put aside this and continue doing things of old, the way you're used to doing? You get what I mean? Yes, there's a way you've been used. I know you guys may have been born during the technology era. But I also appreciate that there is a way that, for example, child psychology has been done over the years in Kenya. So it's possible that some spaces have not taken advantage of changes that come as a result of globalization.
Yes.
Is it possible that there are negatives, that there is something that would want you to put aside, for example, technology, or even doing business with people from out there, Sierra Leone, you mentioned it, and say kwaheri to this because it has really challenged you? I don't know. Mercy, Maureen, educate me on this one.
Yes.
Are there at times you just want to put aside this and say, you know what? I will continue the way I know to do my things. I do not want to utilize technology or utilize new ideas coming in. Any of you can go.
I would go.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, technology is very good.
Yes.
However, there is a small group of people in the world
Yes.
who are actually kind of cut off.
Yes.
And my heart goes out to such, you know. And so when I'm all over on Zoom, if I have a group, I'm in a Google Classroom with them, I'm on Google Meet.
Yes.
There is a child somewhere in the world who may never hear me because there's a limitation
Yes,
in that sense.
definitely. Yeah.
And so occasionally, those that are within where I operate, I've had to put aside technology and go one-on-one and go to where the child is.
Yeah.
Because then, that way, you know, in counseling, we actually work with one at a time. That is our target.
Yeah.
And so there are times that you want to put aside technology and go ahead and reach out to that child who is limited in that sense.
Yes.
There may not be many that you can reach that way, but it is important as well. Also, as we work with people with children from all over, we know that the policies and the rules that operate in different countries are different. And so sometimes you may find that there is a bit of a conflict. There is a bit of a bottleneck. You want to get into this market, the clients are there, but the way the rules and the regulations of different countries differ. Yes. And so that becomes a limitation of sorts. Though now with persistence and with research and doing the right thing, then you are able to continue moving on.
I see.
I would hate to put aside everything and go traditional. Then it means that you will not be
You're
able
not
to survive in
progressing
the market that
forward.
way.
Definitely.
You cannot shine in the marketplace that way.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is to look at the challenge, see quickly how do I mitigate against this challenge and keep moving, because children have to be equipped if we are to have a better tomorrow.
Definitely.
Yes.
Wow, wow, wow. In fact, I love the way you just brought it out, because I think what I was trying to see is this the way? Or there is a way backwards? But as you have answered it, this is the way. I mean, if you can't adopt to it, sorry,
Yes.
you will not remain relevant. You will not be able to, even yourself, you'll struggle actually to live,
Right.
because you can't still keep using the kabambe that was used 23 years ago
You
and,
can't.
and expect to move forth.
Yes.
So I hear you, Maureen.
Thank
But even as I come to Mercy shortly, Isaiah Koech, thanks for being there. I know you're watching, and you're telling me that The World is Flat is by Thomas Friedman. Thank you for that correction.
Wonderful.
It is Thomas Friedman, and I'm grateful for that. Very well. Mercy, we're moving forward. We're not going backwards.
Yes.
And as we move forward, I want you guys now to tell somebody watching tonight how they can be able to apply globalization in their small business, even as you do your parting shot and as you kindly leave your contacts with the viewers so that they can be able to get in touch with you. That's a mouthful, right?
Yes.
So a bit of advice, and probably your parting shot can be that advice, but also secondly, kindly leave your contact with the audience so that they can be able to get in touch with you.
Thank you for that. In terms of opportunities, we have many opportunities. And when you talk about globalization, we all have a part to play in it. We have to move forward together. We have a role to play. For anyone in business, and especially now when you're starting, one thing I learned, Sarah, is that our businesses tend to take our personalities, especially when you're starting.
Yes.
If you have those strengths of a good planner, a good mobilizer, marketer, your business actually moves faster.
Yeah.
But and then those the same weaknesses that you have actually end up coming to your business.
Definitely.
So what I always tell people in business is that you need to develop yourself. Your business will never go beyond where you are as a person.
Yeah.
So you always have to take time and learn.
Yeah.
Take time to study. Take time to know what else is out there as a person, but also as a business,
Yeah.
so that you're not left behind there. In urban farming, we enjoy making sure that all homes have a place to go back to. They have food on the table. They have a place where they can actually get therapy as a family. You go together, you do the farming together. I've seen videos of so many of my clients with their families enjoying, just that little space. And so we are happy to do something for you in your little space, however small it is.
Yeah.
So kindly reach out to us, Mercy Munene, Shamba Connect. You can reach us on our Facebook pages, Shamba Connect, Instagram, Shamba Connect. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you, Mercy. Really great having you in the show tonight. Maureen?
Thank you.
Thank you again. I want to tell our viewers that the future is bright. The people who will take on the future with clarity and with certainty are those who are willing to invest in it. And how do you invest in the future? It is in the manpower. It is in the children who are growing to take over after us.
Yeah.
And so to the educators, caregivers, guardians, parents, be very intentional. how you bring up your children. And help is available if you are struggling in one way or another. Even if you are not struggling, but you need someone to monitor your child's progress. We set goals and we help them to monitor. We help them to track them in a very, very simple and smiling way.
I tell you.
And so in case you wish to reach to us, reach us on the Golden Parcel Center. That is our Facebook page. Golden Parcel Center, that is our Instagram. The Golden Parcel Center, and you will be able to be assisted. And even if you are in business and you would want to exchange ideas and know how you can move forward, reach out and we will be glad to interact.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow, wow, Maureen and Mercy. I wish I can have you guys again and again because it has been such a beautiful, amazing time with you. Time has moved so fast. And our dear viewers, I'm hoping that you have carried away something with this from these two ladies. And just in case you would want to get in touch with them, Mercy, who's in agribusiness and excelling so well, and Maureen, who's in child psychology and doing amazing things with children, please do reach out to them. The Golden Parcel Center and Mercy Munene or Shamba Connect, please reach out to them and you will be able to find the help you need. With that, dear ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of our show tonight. Occupy Today, it has been amazing. It has been real. We will end it right here. Looking forward to seeing you next week, same time, same place. Really, really looking forward to having you. For next week, please bring a friend along. Sit down with them and watch this show because we will still have something great and amazing lined up for you. We thank you and we are so grateful that you joined us tonight. Thank you very much. Till next week, kwaheri. Good hope.